Good afternoon. Thank you for watching. It is appreciated. If you find value in this video, consider liking and subscribing. It is appreciated. The thing that people need to remember about Tory defections to Reform UK is the type of people that are defecting. And the people that are coming over, they may be showing contrition that Britain is broken. The Tories that remain are not doing that. They are acknowledging that they want to keep the plurality institutions, whether that's the likes of Mel Stride, who says that abolishing the OBR, which was only created in 2010, would be a major problem. Then you've got people that are coming over, like Robert Jenrick, who I personally think is a bit of a slime ball. That's just my opinion. But then you've got Nadine Dorries and you've got Nadeem Zahawi. They may have made mistakes in the last government, that's without a doubt, whether that's Nadeem Zahawi with the jibby jab or whether that is Nadine Dorries with the online safety bill. However, they are showing contrition, which is a start. And then you look at these two people. You've got Chris Walmald and Kat Little. Chris is the Cabinet Secretary and Head of the Civil Service, and Catherine Little is the Cabinet Office Permanent Secretary and the Chief Operating Officer of the Civil Service. These are the people running the country, not the government. They are the public face. So when you look at things like the jibby jab or the Online Safety Act, if you think Nadine Dorries actually authored the Online Safety Bill, it's ridiculous. She's not that bright. All she did is put it on the floor of the House of Commons. Shouldn't have gone through. It is what it is, and it needs to be repealed. I'm just adding context. And then you look at this quote here. Nadine Dorries, under the last Tory government, thinks it's a class issue that she wasn't given a peerage because she's working Grassroots and she's up from Liverpool. She wants a peerage. That's why she's joined Reform UK. Reform UK will need a shit ton of peers when they get into government to get any of their business through. They will need that, and currently they've got no representation in the House of Lords. And the same goes for Nadeem Zahawi, alright? He wants a peerage as well. So if you think they're going to be frontline MPs in the House of Commons, I don't actually think that's true. Then you look at what came up today with Nigel Farage. Everyone's up in arms. Oh, he's going to the WEF. He's going to the WEF, especially the lefties on Twitter. Why would he be going there when he described it as a jaunt for globalists? Well, first of all, his buddy Trump's going to be there. I wouldn't describe Trump as a globalist, so you need to factor that in. And he was a member of the European Parliament for how many years? I wouldn't call him a Europhile.
Isn't it funny? You know, when I came here 17 years ago and I said that I wanted to lead a campaign to get Britain to leave the European Union, you all laughed at me. Well, I have to say, you're not laughing now, are you?
On the contrary, I wouldn't call him a Europhile at all. This is what we need to think of. We need to think of pragmatism, and we need to think of big picture. And then you look at Nadeem Zahawi as well. He's a successful businessman, and he has business connections in the Middle East. Now, there was a video online. Connor Tomlinson, former Lotus Eater, has his own channel. He mentioned this as well. Now, I was aware that Nadeem Zahawi was a successful businessman, and he did have, I think it's Qatari and more connections in Dubai. I did know that. However, he also mentioned Robert Jenrick, which is more interesting. I didn't know anything about Robert Jenrick having the Jewish lobby and the Israelis on side for the leadership when he was running against Cami Badenoch. I didn't actually know that. And obviously, anyone who's Jewish or basically anti-Islamist wanted Robert Jenrick to get in. So that's another plus. On the negative side, he was a Remainer originally, but it seems to have come round to our way of thinking. This is the thing, you need to be pragmatic, and I'm just laying it all out. Now, could Farage still sell us down the river? Quite possibly, yes. That is still a concern. But the three specific people I'm referring to here, Nadine Dorries, Robert Jenrick, and Nadeem Zahawi, are all what's considered dry Tory MPs. They're not wets. These are good signs and these are positives. And as I say, they may need a bit of experience because they've got a lot of inexperienced people that they are putting through. I'm going to play a quick video now And this quick video is from GB News. This is from a Grassroots Reform UK representative. And I think she reflects many of the concerns and worries that we all have if you are planning to vote for reform. I'm going to play the video now.
I've got two ways of looking at this.
Okay.
And I'm going to be honest, and I have been honest about this. My biggest bugbear is the fact that as a reform person who has never been in politics before, so I would describe myself as a grassroots person, and I joined reform 2 years ago because I was absolutely fed up with mainstream politics, with the Tories and Labour. And obviously the Tories before that, and then obviously Labour, and subsequently the disaster they've been. So for me, it was about joining a political party that was different, that wanted change, that wanted to change the landscape of politics. And I have met hundreds and hundreds of amazing grassroots people that are coming to the party to make change. What I see is an influx of MPs from Tory, which doesn't necessarily sit well with me in some cases, because I think, how can you make change and transform politics with the same people that destroyed the country in the first place? That's just my view on this, and I think I'm entitled to that.
You absolutely are entitled.
As far as Jenrick's concerned, he was the catalyst and the instigator of the hotels and the mass opening of hotels across this country, which is what I spend my life against and protesting against, because they have been absolutely catastrophic and a disaster and ruining communities up and down this country, and that's just how I feel about it.
Okay.
So we'll leave that one here, but there's not a word she said there that I don't agree with. I think there's a lot of reform supporters, voters and members that would echo and mirror what this lady has said. So we'll leave that here. So you make me aware, do you agree with the lady? Do you think I put out a balanced case on why these Tories may have come over? The fact that he does need representation for Farage when he gets in the House of Lords. They're not necessarily coming over to be MPs again. I don't think they actually want that either. However, they do bring connections, they do bring influence in certain areas, and that is important. You can be ideologically pure and you can say, no, we don't want anyone like this, definitely not. Or you can be a bit more pragmatic. I've cut my heels a little bit over the past few days regarding this because I didn't know what to make of it. I hope I've made a balanced case. Now, if you like this video, comment, subscribe and share. If you were like, no, I'm holding out for Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe to team up, I'm going to put a video about that later on today as well. Rupert Lowe is the best MP we've got in Parliament, make no bones about that. He's honest, he's not a career politician, and he's ideologically pure. And he seems to genuinely want a groundswell of grassroots change for the country. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I appreciate your time. You have a good day.